Ice cream, ice cubes. Hey, Jesus!
I know my church folks will kill me, but you're just being realist here.
Even though I'm an advocate for condom use and stuff, I think I'll rather use the soap or maybe think about that.
So, welcome to the Voice Out session of the Voice Talk Show, where we deal with the unspoken issues of Africa to inspire change. Today, we are talking about sex, relationships, and dating. We had the boys version previously, and this is for the ladies. These ones are just backup dancers. So we are. It's really much about the ladies to give their perspective on these statements that we're going to tackle right here at the talk show. So I'd have the ladies introduce themselves. We don't care about the guys. Have them introduce themselves and then we go right into it.
My name is Edna Enes.
I'm Voice Linda.
I'm Asa, an event planner.
I can see that Linda is very proud about her status of being a voice. I love that. Didn't say voice Edna. She's part of the community anyway. Okay, so let's start with the statement. The first statement says, I prefer to wait till marriage to have sex. I prefer to wait till marriage to have sex. I think this is the easiest statement of them all to answer. So let's see the cards. Oh, you guys are voting too, though. Don't you are not out of this. I think you've answered this before on some, and you were like, you agree and disagree. So let's see perspectives. You disagree, and you disagree, and you also disagree. What do you do? Disagree, agree.
Okay, so to me, I agree and I disagree, depending on situations like the community in which we find ourselves. And as a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm coming from a Christian home. So I believe, yes, you have to wait till you get married before having sex. But,
Okay.
and the issue is that sometimes,
Hey.
you can't trust this guy, so you have to taste to see if he's strong or weak. You have to actually know, because after getting married, you can't get back.
I think, okay, so for me, I'll have sex before marriage to know how good my partner is and how comfortable I'm going to be with my foreplay before any intercourse should continue. But when biblically it's a bad practice. And now, I can't talk for anybody, but for me, I'll do it before.
I know my church folks will kill me, but you're just being realist here. I said disagree because currently it's even when you're having conversations with your friends, you get fed with all the wrong information about relationships, sex, and all of that. I'm not saying go and try it, or I'll try it just to know what it is about. I mean, it's not a big deal, and sex is not, or love relationship is not all about sex, so it's not a big factor for me. But I said disagree because sometimes you want to know for yourself what turns you on, what attracts you to this other person, how you can make your partner feel good and all of that. Books will tell you so many things, but it's not everything that's actually the answer in the book. You go on the ground and realize It's actually different here. I mean, the books don't really say the whole thing. And even when it comes to church, sex is like a taboo topic. But I feel it's about time we start talking and educating the young people about what sex is all about. You need to know the pros and the cons, the consequences of if I decide to do this now, will I get attached? Will I be okay with all that comes with it?
The second statement is masturbation does more good than harm. Agree.
Okay, I disagree because for you to think about doing something like that, you better think about getting a girlfriend and satisfying yourself, either than that.
Don't think about it from only the male perspective.
Okay,
Girls,
yes. Then you have to look for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Either than that,
Maybe the scarcity of boyfriends and girlfriends.
entertain yourself with something else.
That is that.
Because it's a big sin.
Wait, okay,
Seriously.
sorry, you said something else. What is something else?
Oh, maybe listening to music.
right now, just after. Okay, let's go.
You can listen to music, call a friend, chit chat, and then maybe get yourself busy. Okay, get yourself busy.
From your perspective, so.
Disagree because it gets to that point where you cannot help yourself, where you won't be able to have that interaction or intercourse with the other gender or other sex. You are so comfortable with yourself. For guys, no lady will satisfy you if you go into masturbation and then you cannot stop. No lady can satisfy you, no matter how tight or loose or deep or shallow, sweet or sour. I don't know, but nobody. For ladies, for ladies, I mean, there are cases where they insect all kinds of things into themselves. I mean, you are damaging that special area. Stop it. Just stop. I mean, there was this documentary about an older man. He's a carpenter, and the ladies go to him to carve a male for them so that they can use. And most of these girls from the old man are students, university ladies. So you can tell that this is happening. It's not new. It's not anything that, are you sure people are doing this? It is happening. And from what this man said, now he has stopped carving chairs and all of those things. So that is where he makes his money, from wooden those I don't know what they call it. And he said and he does this in as prescribed by the ladies. I want it big and standing. I want it this low. I want it small. I want it this long. So for me, it's not a good thing. I mean, the side effects for that one is just the same way. No man can satisfy you. And these things, there's no emotion like a male entering you, a human entering you with all of those veins and all of those things. These things are lifeless. You won't feel anything when a man enters you at the end of the day. So I don't think satisfying yourself with those other things, even with your hand or whatever, nasty.
Just opening your mind to different perspectives. You mentioned finding yourself. For me, I'd prefer my daughter to find herself on her own than go out there and find yourself with other men. Because if this girl is finding herself with other men instead of finding herself like sexual, what makes her feel good, well, there are a lot of things that can happen. The pregnancy, the STDs. Like, what do you think?
It's because of the way you structured the question that is doing more good than harm.
So you feel it does more.
There's that good of finding yourself, but then when the addiction part sets in, then it does more harm. And usually people get addicted. Few people like it.
Yeah, like as I was saying, I'm not really a big fan of masturbation. Yeah, Yeah. So I won't say I've not done it, but that was when I was much younger. But in my adult life, I can't tell like the last time I even thought of it. Yeah. Because I find it's I cannot even know the feeling I know because I even hear people saying, okay, when you are depressed, you are insomniac and all of that, you can't sleep, you should masturbate and sleep. I battle insomnia a lot. Even if it would take up to 3 a.m. before I sleep, I don't mind. I'll keep listening to music and just maybe look for something to distract myself and sleep. Because if you've actually, maybe you've done the research and all of that, you see let me not say most, some of the people battling like battling erectile dysfunction and all of that, most of them you trace it to masturbation. Just like you said, addicted to it. They get addicted to it and then like it becomes a problem. When they meet with someone, like they just can't help it. Before you know it, like erosion and all of that. So I for one, based on all of these findings and everything, I don't think masturbation is. But if it's something maybe you do it to feel good or finding yourself, I think it should be moderate. You have to moderate it, not like or maybe because some will tell you they do it 6 times a day, three, like once weekly is even okay. Why would you be masturbating even twice a day and all of that? Okay, quarantine. Of this quarantine moment, okay, you have to masturbate and kill yourself. Like I think it's damaging psychologically and all of that. I don't encourage masturbation, like getting addicted to it. You can once in a while, but the addiction part, it's a no-no for me.
I think like everything else, even eating, watching movies, sex in itself, everything else, there's addiction. And also talking about the veins, there are dildos with veins anyway, and all of those things. So there is addiction, and it's not all people that indulge in masturbation that have addiction. I'm saying this also because everybody disagrees, right? Everybody disagrees. So let's look at it also from these perspectives and address them.
I would say growing up, or even like with much experience that I've had, I feel like 90% of people have done masturbation at a point in time. Yes, but it depends on you if really you want to continue or you want to stop. Because the reason why people would do that in adult ages, maybe if you've gone out for a program or something, you don't have someone to like be with. You want to have it because guys are easily like in the mood, not like the female that would take a long time, but guys when they see something, no, like they are in the mood. Sex. Sex. So I would rather prefer masturbating than go in for a prostitute, which maybe the person is infected. Even though I'll use a condom, I'm still not happy because the guilt, like the guilt conscience or what I know that you have this kind of disease. I'm not really sure even if you have it. So I'll not even trade myself for that. What happens if the condom bursts? Not even though I'm an advocate for condom use and stuff, I think I'll rather use the soap or maybe think about that. And yes, I'm being real. Yes, I am being real. At least for that one. Yeah, for that one, you are alone. There's no one will come with pregnancy and STDs and stuff to come and worry you. It depends on where I find myself. If it's in the bathhouse soap, if it's an emergency, maybe saliva or something. So oh.
Oral sex is wrong.
Well, there are different kinds of sex. I don't see anything wrong because you're satisfying the other person with the part of your body. I know the appropriate is the vagina and the penis, but people use their hand, people use their mouth. That sound is suspect. And people use their hand, people use their mouth. I think as far as you're able to get your partner to that satisfaction level, it's fine.
Well, what I know is that according to the law, it's wrong. So, the law of Ghana, the constitution of Ghana, it's wrong. But then, I also think there's nothing wrong. If only that will satisfy both of you, it's good.
She agrees. You agree, right?
Yes, I'm agreeing because there's something called tonsillitis. Okay, fine. Maybe you're pleasing somebody, somebody's also pleasing you, but I think health-wise, it's not appropriate. Okay, just for you to be okay, because once you go down there, you take your lips to exchange saliva as well. If your partner has it, you also get it. Okay, so I don't think it's appropriate.
No, first off, some people want to come from the angle of morality, and then, like in the society we are today, everything is being prostituted by people just to like suit their own whatever they want. So, who defines morality first off? Is there any accepted definition universally for morality? I don't think there is. And even according to J.S. Mills, one of his book on liberty, he says that the law should not concern itself with private immorality. You talking about it's forbidden by the laws of Ghana. J.S. Mills already said that the law shouldn't concern itself with private immorality because this is something that is private. Whatever you and I decide to do indoors in private, like the law has no business with it. Because you won't come into my private space and tell me this is what I should do, this is what I shouldn't do. No, it's my own. It's only when it becomes a nuisance to the public that the law will tell me, okay, you shouldn't do this. It's something I'm doing in private. And then talking about the health hazard and all of that, the tonsillitis and all of that, these are two adults. They know the consequence of what they are doing. And they get tonsillitis, blah, 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 and all of that. And they still want to go into it. Fine. Something must kill a man. So, if they want to die that way, then let them go ahead and have it. It's a private thing between them.
So I'm going to be real. I know there's this tank condom that you can use to prevent all this stuff. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, there's one. There's one. Oh, there's one. Actually, there's one. Oh, there's one. There's one. There's one. And talking about it's even happy to have that more than even having sex. Like putting ice cream, ice cubes. Hey, Jesus! I'm saying that you cannot forfeit that part. How can you just walk in and start having sex? Like, who does that? You just have to make sure that you tune the body and the mind into the position that at least you are ready to have sex. You have ice cubes, you have like ice creams and stuff. You are rhyming the body like stuff, and by the time you finish, there are times that people just want to have those stuff more than like having sex, because it really gets the whole body, like the whole body takes part in the activity, because you start from the head to the toe. But unlike the sex that you only be hitting, my boss would say like Warhammer hitting somewhere, which is just, it's not appropriate. But this particular one, like you take care of the body itself, like you apply pomade, oil and stuff to it. So I feel that it is.
It's been amazing with Voice Edna, Voice Linda, Issa, Luther, and Dawood. It's been great having them on the panel for the discussion. And yeah, so continue following us, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Voice Network. Follow our Instagram account, The Voice Community, VOIICE Community. and the Voice Foundation. Follow us also on Instagram. We are now on Facebook, Voice Community. You can find us there. Like and keep supporting our work. Buy our t-shirts. They are online. You can get it on our website, www.voiicommunity.org. You can also donate to our cause. You can also join the community as well on our website, voiicommunity.org/join. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.